Join Our Town, a public affairs presentation of WVUY-TV. I'm your host, Tina Tilton. I've often heard people say, marriage is work. Well, we have with us to discuss some challenges that marriages face, as well as some solutions, the founders of Aquila and Priscilla Marriage Ministry, Danny and Amelia Cole. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you guys again. It's been a minute.
Good to see you too. It's been a minute, but good to see you.
I'm glad we're here to talk about marriage ministry.
Yes.
Okay, well, please begin by, first, Danny, begin by telling us about Aquila and Priscilla Marriage Ministry.
Well, Aquila and Priscilla Marriage Ministry is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and it was designed to help teach couples how to walk and serve together as one. And we hold monthly meetings at New Growth in Christ Christian Center, 7550 East Chevy Drive, as well as a marriage talk retreat, which we'll be doing in the month of July.
Oh, wow. Let's talk more about that a little bit later.
Okay.
But, and I'm going to ask you both the same question, but first for you, Danny, what would you say is or should I say, are the top problems or concerns that married couples face?
The top problems, there are many, but the top three is sex, money, and communication. Either you're not saying enough, you're not making enough, or you're not getting enough.
Wow.
Any one of those issues can cause problems in your marriage.
Wow. And Amelia, would you agree?
Oh, yes, definitely. When it comes to sex, money, and communication, you can fit every issue in one of those three categories. Communication being first and foremost. Mm-hmm. Because if you know how to discuss your finances, no matter what the issue is, you can get through it together as a team. So communication being first and foremost. And sex, let's just say you need to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not just talk about it. Yeah, you do need to talk about it.
Okay. Well, how should people approach marriage?
People should approach marriage with a realistic expectation. You should not approach marriage with an unrealistic expectation. And that means don't go into it thinking it's all going to be Hollywood. Don't go into it thinking that this man is going to be your everything. He's going to make you laugh all the time and smile all the time. He's not. But just you got to go into marriage thinking that the marriage is going to be what you make it. It's not going to just automatically be happily ever after. See, there's a happily ever after, but it comes after something. It comes after the for better, for worse. It comes after the arguments. It comes after the disagreements. So you got to go into it with a realistic expectation and approach it from a realistic standpoint.
And I heard you, and I understand what you just said, but I'm going to have to ask Amelia this question. Danny just said that, don't think that the man is going to make you laugh and all this all the time. But if he's doing it at first, and that's what attracted you, then what happens?
And that is so key, because those things that attracted you in the beginning later will become an issue where it gets on your nerve.
Oh.
There are times when, for us, for an example, when we got together, my husband is very charismatic. He makes me laugh. And yes, in the beginning, the woman always wants someone that's going to make them laugh. We love that. We're emotional like that. Mm-hmm. And after so many years, I was like, will you please just stop? Leave me alone. It's not funny anymore. I'm tired of this. And I actually went through that phase. Yeah. And that began to hurt our marriage, because now he's like, he can't be himself anymore. Sure. What's the problem?
Sure.
So yes, it had to change, and I had to realize then what his strengths are and my weaknesses are complement each other. And when that laughter and the joking wasn't the main issue. We had to learn to communicate and get to the root of the problem. What's really the issue? Why are you really mad at me? Why can I not make you laugh right now? What's going on in your mind? So we had to learn to, again, communicate. And we got back to the point that, okay, yeah, you're funny again.
Yeah.
Again.
Uh-oh.
No, just kidding.
Obviously, you guys have just answered my next question, because I was going to ask, how do married couples keep their marriage fresh and alive?
You don't get familiar with one another. And one of the things is you can't get, familiarity breeds contentment. And you can't get so comfortable with your spouse that you think, oh, I know exactly what they're going to do. I know when he comes home, he's going to take his shoes off. He's going to lay in the sofa. He's going to turn the TV on and go to sleep. You can't get comfortable with that, because when they change up, it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. This is not what you used to do. So don't get comfortable with one another. and then begin to do the things that you used to do to make each other laugh, to make each other happy, and communicate, especially when you feel like this person is getting comfortable with you, this person is getting complacent with you, then switch it up. Put some hair on. Put some different, okay. Do something different so they won't get comfortable with you. So you got to always be evolving and becoming one.
Okay. Unfortunately, sometimes marriages do end in divorce. What would you say are the top 3 reasons for this divorce?
Again, it goes back to sex, money, and communication.
Wow, the same
The
3.
same thing.
Yeah.
If you're not communicating effectively with your spouse, if you're not communicating financially, if you're not communicating sexually, those are issues. And those are some of the biggest issues that causes divorce.
Go ahead, Amelia.
When we talk about, my husband mentioned briefly about growing together as one. We're always becoming one. And we're changing and evolving. And if you still have the same person that you married 20 years ago, we just talked about that recently, now you got an issue because you're stuck somewhere in the 1970s.
78, they're in 2015, 16. So you can't get stuck.
You can't get stuck. You're constantly growing together and learning each other. There's always something new. Even after 30 years, I'm still learning my husband. I think that's a beautiful thing, that regardless of how long we've been together, as we're growing together, there's new things to learn. And if you keep that mindset, you'll keep it fresh and new and alive.
And I'm still funny.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, can you discuss working on your marriage before divorce is ever considered, Amelia? How can you, what are some things that we can do to work on that?
Something that we feel is very important is to have marriage mentors. Have those couples, those places that you can go to, couples who have gone through what you're going through and got the t-shirt. They've experienced it, they've come through it successfully. We have our meetings, our monthly meetings every 4th Friday. It's important to get together at those type of fellowships wherever you are, wherever you live. Find a facility, church homes, events for groups for marriages, and spend that time to listen to others who have gone through it, others who are going through it currently. Our meetings are interactive. Our meetings are Relationship Matters. Happens every 4th Friday, January through October. We do not meet November and December because of the holidays. We want you to spend that time with your family, which is very important as well. But in those meetings, it's interactive. People get to share and talk and laugh. And then afterwards, we go and we hang out together as couples. That's very important, to hang around other couples.
Where are the meetings?
Thank you for asking. Our meetings are held at New Growth in Christ in the lounge, and it's at 7550 East Shelby Drive, right here in beautiful Memphis, Tennessee. And you would love it, have fun. Please come out and join us because you need that time with other couples.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say something. It looked like you were about to say something. No. Okay, well, let me ask you this about the retreat, because you did mention that earlier.
Right.
So tell me more about that marriage retreat.
The marriage retreat, I don't have the exact date, but I believe it's going to be in July. Is it July or June?
It's July 22nd through 24th.
Through the 24th. We're going to go to Rome, Georgia, and actually we're trying to keep it very small and intimate, so there's only a couple of spots left. If they want the information, they can go on our website and check out that information concerning the marriage retreat. And we're actually partnering with another married couple, Mark and Annette Clark from Love Alive Ministries. So we're doing this in collaboration with them. So they also have it on their website, lovealive.com or lovealive.org, Mark and Annette Clark, so they can get that information there as well.
What are some of the things that will take place, some of the activities?
We have an obstacle course that the couples are going to have to go through, and it's about a 3-hour obstacle course, which is offered by the facility. And it's a great experience for couples to come out and do that. We're going to be riding bikes, paddle boating. They have a horseback trail. They have hay rides. But we're looking forward to the obstacle course.
This sounds like a retreat for 20-year-old married couples.
Well, or those who think they're 20-year-old.
Oh, my leg.
You can do it. But we have a crawling course as well.
Oh, okay, there you go. Sign me up. Well, okay, let me ask you this. What is Aquila and Amelia? I ask you this. What are some of the things that your ministry is doing to help married couples stay together?
Aquila and Priscilla Marriage Ministry was formed as a 501c3 in 2004. Before that, we had gone through and experienced how to come through trials and tribulations in our marriage successfully, and now it was time to put feet to the vision. It was time to go out and do that, help others see that they could do it as well. So we offer spiritual guidance sessions, one-on-one, couples, over the phone, where we get together and help couples through whatever issue that they may be having in their marriage. The interactive monthly meetings are for all adults, actually, single, married, divorced, widowed. If you are in a relationship, be it family, co-workers, we have those meetings for you. And you learn how to communicate with one another, how to have fun with one another in those meetings. And then we also offer the retreats that we talked about. So we have every leg something for you. We have the monthly meetings, January through October. We have spiritual guidance sessions, be it one-on-one or via per couple or over the telephone. And then we also have our retreats. So we're offering something here locally in the city of Memphis, and also as we take them outside of the city of Memphis so they can get away and spend some quality time with one another.
Great, great. And let me ask you this, because it just kind of came to the top of my head, but couples that divorce within a year of marriage, do you think that they were meant to be?
It's hard to judge that just based on the question, because you have to know the couple and you have to know the process that they went through, because we could sit back and say, well, that wasn't meant to be, but we don't actually know the process that they went through to get to where they were, nor do we know the process that caused them to divorce that quickly.
Sure.
So it's not just a blanket statement, well, no, it wasn't meant to be, but it's all about the preparation that it took for them to get married, number one, and then the effort that they put into it to stay married.
Gotcha. Get the help, people.
Yes.
Once again, Danny and Amelia Cole of Aquila and Priscilla Marriage Ministry, thank you so much for being a guest right here on Join Our Town. I got to take a break, and I'll be right back.